Christmas week, which means I should probably do some sort of Christmas book tag type thing, right? Right. So, Maddie from Two Book Teens tagged me in the Christmas cinema book tag thing, classic cinema Christmas book tag, I should say. And so I am wearing my shirt that says Griswold Family Christmas because that is my favorite Christmas movie ever, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So I'm prepared. I'm prepared for this. So how this tag works is that she has come up with a list of movies, 10 movies, which are Christmas classics, some new, some old, and props to go along with that. So for the first one, the movie is Elf, which stars Will Ferrell and Zooey Deschanel and a bunch of other awesome people. And the prompt to go along with that is, what book puts you in the Christmas mood? So, the book that puts me into the Christmas mood is Dash and Lily's Book of Dares. I haven't read this book in a couple of years, but when I'm like, oh my gosh, Christmas, what book should I read? That's just the one that pops up in my head. Second movie, It's a Wonderful Life. What's a book that has a lot of character development in it? If I stay by Gail Forman, I know that there's a lot of YA that has a character development as far as, you know, growing up and all of that stuff, but this one she's like deeply deciding, should she stay or should she go? Should she big things. A Christmas Carol. Name a book that involves a character that you didn't like at first, but then you grew to love. Nico from the Heroes of Olympus series. This is the second Percy Jackson series, if you want to call it that. But basically, at first I was like, here's this kid, he doesn't want to be anybody's friend, so he's already unlikable, and then he just kind of, I don't know, just grows on you, and he just has a lot of character development in the last book, and is just wonderful, and does a lot of wonderful things, and yes. Yes. Home Alone! Choose a book where the parents are not present, and if they are, they're a terrible, terrible influence. I would say The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken comes pretty dang close because her parents show up in the beginning, but after they forget who she is and lock her in the garage, they're not present anymore. There are barely any adult figures in these books. It's a lot like, the books, I can't think of them. Nope, we're gonna move on to the next question. Frosty the Snowman, a book with a snowy cover. The Tragedy Papers by Elizabeth LeBon. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, a character that you just couldn't help but root for. Gansey from the Raven Boys, he's trying so hard to find the king and go after the ley lines and all this other stuff, and you just can't help but just go, okay, I really hope this all works out for you in some other aspects as well, but Gansey, oh my gosh, he's adorable. Polar Express, which I've actually never seen because the animation in that movie scares me. I don't know why, but the prompt for this is name a book that involves a character traveling to a colder place. Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson. The main character goes from Louisiana to London, which is huge, huge difference. Even in the summertime, you guys who live in England have no idea what summer is. Not at all. Not at all. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Name a villain that you couldn't help but love. How Zoe Made Her Dreams Mostly Come True, and this book involves kind of a very mean boss, but you kind of get the feeling that there's something else going on, and for good reason. And the boss is kind of akin to The Devil Wears Prada, if you saw that movie. It's along those same lines-ish, sort of. Kind of. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Name a book in which the character was just so humorous. So humorous. I recently finished reading The Duff by Cody Keplinger, and that book is hysterical. Hysterical. Main character Bianca, oh my gosh. This is the book that I feel like I've been looking for years, because I try to find stuff that's a little bit more on the humorous side. I feel like some of these books that have been coming out, especially dystopian, like, why do you have to be so freaking dry all the time? And then every once in a while it's like, oh boom! There's a little funny, we tried to be, but the death, it hit the point. I like my, not necessarily romantic comedy kind of stuff, but like the more comedic stuff in my reading, yep. And it wouldn't be Christmas without a Lifetime or Hallmark movie, which has to do with the cheesiness of the romance. The Lonely Hearts Club by Elizabeth is totally adorable in the best ways because it's about this girl who gets her heart broken or something like that, and then she and her friends decide that we're not going to date anymore. We're in high school, but we're not going to date anymore for a bit. And so, but there's another cute boy who comes along and it's like, I want to date you, but you don't want to date anyone, so yeah. So that's my twist on the classic Christmas cinema book tag by Two Book Teens, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you take a jab at it. What? I don't know. I don't really know. She tags so many people that I don't even know who I should tag, so if you are watching this and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to do it, tell me in the comments below, and I'll just, you know, say, yep, you can do it. I believe in you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and keep reading.